the most recommended way to get into kink is find your local community or the community closest to you and work through that. Now, there are some places that have like maybe a Discord or something like that, like a Discord server that could be localish to you or maybe of your interest. That's kind of hit or miss, you know, but kink really, like, even just going to play parties if you're local requires vetting. Right? Like, even just to go to where the event is happening requires vetting. Like, they check you out, they make sure you're not like a creeper and things like that. So it's all very guarded for very good reasons, because safety. But I do recommend people use FetLife to find local munches that happen and introduce yourself to your local community. And as you get to know them, they will absolutely let you know of when and where events are happening and things like that. Now, bigger events are a little bit easier to find, right? As far as finding kink stuff goes, like, I would say there are online spaces that are pretty good. You need to seek out those communities and be part of the community and be seen in the community. Otherwise, you know, it's not going to matter. Honestly, it's not going to. And it kind of sucks because you kind of have to be a little bit extroverted. You know, you kind of have to be a little bit out there because you just need to be seen, right? Yeah? Non-lurker friendly. Okay, here's the deal. I'm going to be just flat out fucking honest here. If you join a server and want to meet people and don't fucking say anything, you're not going to meet anybody. There's no point in doing that. Period. If you want to meet people and have a community and be part of a community, you need to be part of the community. If you just sit there in the shadows, no one's going to know you exist or care. And that's just the honest truth. No one's going to know to trust you. No one's going to know. You know, no one's going to know what you're about. So why would they talk to you? It's part of, it's an unfortunate thing, but if you want to know people, you have to meet people. Just like raiding is one of those things where, hey, you know, you raid people because you want to meet people. If you want to take part in your community but are nervous, then say so. The more extroverted people will likely help you. Yeah, that's a true thing too. I have found that this is way easier to do in person than online. So if you're an online sort of focused, that might be a little trickier. But in person, absolutely. Absolutely. People will super be friendly and helpful. They will want to help, so. But you just can't, you know, you can't shrivel up. You have to kind of be open to that and kind of have to be open to the idea that you're going to end up being social in some way, shape, or form. So, yeah. You have to be a little bit less closed off because now it's not to say you won't go somewhere and you might get approached by somebody because they might say, hey, I saw you sitting alone. Hi, you know, I've never seen you here before. And just be open to that conversation. Right? Because chances are somebody will do that. So, you know, it's not like you have to be super outgoing. You just have to be willing to be slightly. Like, you know, and not close yourself off. Because somebody who just lurks in the corner and never says anything and never talks to anybody is going to be seen as creepy. You know, are you here chasing? Are you here stalking somebody? Like, you know, there are safety concerns in the kink world. And you have to make it so you are a friendly person. Now that there's lots of other outward signs that you could do, like if you have pins or patches or things like that, people will go, oh, they're fine, they're just really quiet, it's fine. You know what I mean? There's signs you can do. But if you just look like a normal person, that's kind of like just this lurk in there. In the shadows, just kind of like, you know, maybe some issues. So just be prepared for that. But if they're just Batman, that could be a problem. That would entail that you have to find an extrovert to adopt you, and you're fairly sure that won't work. The problem is they'll find you. Like, this is the thing. Like, this is the whole point. That if you go and you're quiet, especially if you're seen more than once, if you go and you're quiet, an extrovert will come up to you. They will most likely come up to you and say, hey. Right? So that's the thing. They will most likely come up to you. So that's what I mean by you have to be social. You have to be willing to be social because you will be approached. You will be approached, right? So yeah. So that's one of those things. Remain calm, you are being adopted. Please do not resist. If you go to a munch, chances are the people organizing it, the munch organizers will be on the lookout for people who are shy, for people who are introverted, for people who have social anxiety. They will look for you and they will find you. That is a threat and a promise at the same time. Now, here's another thought. If you are going to go to a public place for the first time and you are looking and you say you're over there on Spicy Facebook and you see that who the event people are, the people running it, the host of the munch, message them. They're there for that. Be like, hey, I've never been to one of these before. What's the vibe like? You can totally ask. They will absolutely answer. They will absolutely answer. The most friendly people ever. So you can absolutely do that. So that's something that you could also do if you're going to go into an event that you do not know physically for the first time. I've done that before myself. I was in a different city and I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but I'd love to meet new people here. And I sent a message to somebody and I was like, hey, I'm new. Is there anything I should know? And you know what? They answered. And they told me everything I needed to know. Because sometimes munches are different. Some are like very, very structured. And they're like discussion based. And they'll have like topics that everybody talks about. And it's very, it's very, conducive to conversation. Other ones are more social and things like that. So it just depends. And it's totally fair to ask that. It's totally fair to ask, is this a more structured kind of munch? Is this something that's more like social oriented? Like what's going on here? What should I expect? Yeah. But I do recommend using, the only thing I recommend using Spicy Facebook for is quite literally finding events. Finding events local to you and connecting with community. I do not recommend it for anything else. And chances are when you go to the event, there might be a Discord for your local community. There could be a forum. There could be all sorts of things. There could be like a Signal chat. There could be all sorts of stuff. So, be prepared for that too. And that could be how they tell you about events, and that could be how you find out about certain things. So, like, you don't have to be like, oh, I am the life of the party when you go. Right? You don't have to be like, oh, I'm super extrovert. No. But you just have to be open to the idea of being social. That's all.